last episode I asked you guys to predict what you thought the final outcome of this game was, and just a quick recap for those of you who didn't see it. He scored in the first few minutes with Nilmar, and then I replied almost instantly with Kun Aguero, and unfortunately I let Aduriz do a near post finish to me, slipping it past Buffon, but Danilo venomously strikes it into the top corner. So 2-2 in the first 20 minutes of the game, bound to be interesting, right? So what's the final score going to be? Well, thankfully, in the last few minutes of extra time, Balotelli shrugs the defender aside and near post finishes it to put me up 3-2. I mean, I knew this guy could attack because he had the best player in the game, Nilmar. I mean, the best player in the world is Trevino, but that's another story. And so, I was hedging my bets here, and thankfully I found another breakthrough when Mario threw again. Buttia, his defender, just couldn't touch him, and he slips in near post again. I mean, how many times have I said a near post finish is the most effective thing in the game? It really is. And then Balotelli put through here, well, not really, bit of an overhead pass, and Danilo just denied by the goalkeeper. And so I had a corner here. Chiellini was somehow my corner taker. I know it doesn't make any sense, but David Luiz rises highest in the air, and that goal put me up 5-2 in the game. I mean, I was expecting a really difficult game, but somehow I was just killing this guy. And so he pulled one back here through Rakitic. I mean, his team wasn't that great. It was pretty slow players and Nilmar. And I got another one here through David Luiz. Turns out to be quite the striker, doesn't he? He might give Aguero a bit of a run of his money, you know? Maybe I'll think of David Luiz up front. But that guy had enough then, and he rage quit. 2 goals for Mario, 1 for Aguero, 1 for Danilo, and 2 for David Luiz. That was quite a comfortable victory there, guys. I don't think any of you predicted 6-3 as the final score. I wouldn't have, but Ramirez is now added to the squad. He links up with Danilo and David Luiz, and so we're ready to come into our next game against a really sweaty unit with Walker and Clichy as centre backs. He also had the second best player in the game, Agbonlahor, in his team, so I was pretty scared coming into this game. Danilo probably should have taken his chance in the opening, and then it came into the second half for the first goal to arrive. Agbonlahor played through, and I had a complete hiccup with my goalkeeper. I blame the snowy pitch. I mean, whenever you lose on snowy pitch, just blame the snowy pitch, guys. And then he scored again with Gervinho. Wasn't a bad player, and I was only able to pull 1 goal back through Mario when he did a little bit of a spin and finessing it past Brad Friedel. You don't see too many people with Brad Friedel in goal, do you? And so, you know, I really had to take my chances. I wasn't going too fast paced. I think I was playing some nice football here, and it just broke down. The move broke down. And then after that, I just wasn't able to find the equaliser in the game. So I ended up losing 2-1. It broke my win streak, but you know, that happens sometimes. You lose games, you win games, that's part of football. And so I came up against this interesting team with a Hoyle and a Shane Long. By the way, I'm playing this with my friend. So I was doing co-op with a friend of mine. He's not the most accomplished FIFA player, but he's quite good to play with because, you know, he'll pass you the ball, he's not selfish, which is who you want to play co-op with, I guess. And so, thankfully, I managed to put in a lead here through Mario Balotelli, fake shotting past the defender and finessing in. I figured out now, though, that Balotelli's finesses aren't anything to shout about, but what's really to shout about are his power shots. And then somehow James McCarthy scores an absolute screamer, and then this is just poor defending. I mean, it's hard to defend with 2 players, that's probably the downside, and then somehow Hoyle found his way all the way through. A great save by Buffon, but unable to keep out Shane Long's rebound effort, and so I was losing 2-1. I also got quite lucky here, took Buffon out prematurely, and he didn't take his chance. And so me and my friend were really knocking on the door here, Balotelli going extremely close through a header, and then finally in the 90th minute, you know, I told him to just hoof it from David Luiz, hoping Mario would put a head on it. Danilo slips in Aguero, then my friend makes it 2-2 in the 90th minute. Sergio Aguero, how many times has he done that, guys? And so that concludes this episode. A bit of a mixed bag of results, but you win some, you lose some, and then you draw some. And this guy didn't want to go into extra time. So I'll see you guys next episode. Thanks for watching. Peace.